Just look at that view. Trees, black ground, and yes, I have my own pond. Today's going to be a good day. Why, I hear you ask? Because today, we get to make some fields. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Western Wilds. I'm Craigyboy, thank you for joining me today. So, in the last episode then, the yard is looking pretty good. We started to get this ready and a few little bits have been added and I just forget how big this space is. But what we need to do, we need to sort out some fields because farming isn't farming without fields. And what I'm going to do first is there's a lot of grass. So the best thing to do, we need to get that grass up. And what better way than this thing? The swather. Now, the tricky bit here is we've got a boundary. But we've got to try and work out where the boundary is. So we're going to have to look on the little mini-map. And we're going to have to see if we can try and sort out where the lines are. Oh, is this going to fit? Oh, that's snug. Nothing like putting big things in small places. So we need to work out then our boundary, our field. So we're going to have a quick look on the map here. You'll see this is our little area. We own 25 and 26. Now, the road goes down the middle. We've got a section to the left and a little bit to the right. I'm going to focus on this little bit of the right of that road. Now, right down the middle is roughly the gate we've just come out of. Now, we just need to work out, are we going to use 25 and make that one field? We've also got 26. Is that going to be another? Do we split him? There's so many things we need to try and work out. But first, we need to go through and we need to try and draw out the edge of this field. So, if we go along here, we know this is good. So I'm going to draw out the edge of 25 and 26. Now, we're going to swath this. It's just going to end up going all over the place. Because we've got the trailer with wings. We've got the money. Why not? What we're going to do then is we're going to take all this grass. We are going to go and put it into our fermenter. Because you know what that means. If we put it into the fermenter turns the grass into silage. Silage into the BGA. Money. Not that we need it. But then we get to test out a little bit to the BGA. Like methane. So, let's draw out the boundaries of this. And let's just see. One big field. Do we split him?
I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing.
So that's the boundary done of this field then. It's not a bad size. Now when you look at it, on the little mini-map, it looks like it was going to be really massive. But it isn't actually too bad, so I'm wondering if we start with this as one field. Because don't forget, we've got the other side of the road, which we can have as another field. And we've got so many blocks we can play with as well. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to get the inside of this all mown and all sorted. We'll come back and we'll hoover it all up. And just like that then, all the grass is done. Looking beautiful. What's that I hear you say? What do you mean the mower's changed? No, I think you've seen things. I really do. I might have forgot. I'll be honest, I should have realised in the name. I completely forgot, completely overlooked it. That the swather does exactly what it says on the tin. What it's called to do. It swaths. I don't need it to swath. Also, I completely forgot as well that it's limited. Yes, it's limited to 18 miles an hour. Oh, on fields, on this map anyway, fields this size. No, that's not a good thing, is it, really? We don't want that. So, I might have swapped it. I mean, we've got the money. We've not got to worry. And yes, I might have not been bothered to come back here and get a tractor. So I might have just had one delivered right to me on the spot when I realised and sold the swather. 103 million was 103 million in the bank. Why not? So, let's grab the vacuum. Let's go round. Now, this is a great way if you need to basically get some funds. Especially on here because you can pick up the BGA for like next to nothing. let's just go and sort this out. Oh, I've already done it. Look at that. That's also a little tip for you as well. Just inside, I always set mine so you're looking out the back window. So you can, so when you get to stuff like this, it's a bit tricky, you see, and it's getting in the way. Set it so you can just click it like that. Hook up, dead easy. Just makes it so much easier. Craigyboy's useful tip for the day. Not sure how useful that is, but anyway, it's there, and just in case you kind of overlook that like I did the swather. So, let's get this vacuumed up. So over 250,000 litres later of grass, which I must admit, I'm quite impressed actually, that's quite good going. And also the other little beauty, if I keep going, you get the message. What comes up saying you don't have access to this land, so that does help you. If you're a little bit worried about where your boundaries are, that does help you. So you're not going to sort of think, I don't want to go over. You're trying to look at the map to get it right. You can keep going because it will stop you at your boundaries. So yeah, there's just a little tip for you. That's pretty good. And this is quite impressive actually. 274,000 litres on basically in-game grass. We've done nothing to this. We haven't gone and fertilised it. There's been no lime on it. We've done no like treatments to it at all. And we haven't planted it. It's just the grass that we got when we were here. And a few little rough bushes and stuff like that. So let's go tip this into here. We'll get this fermenting into silage, and then we can throw that to the BGA and get some money off that. So if we're going to have a look in the menu as well, we're going to make sure we activate this because I have done that mistake before. The BGA is waiting for some stuff here, so you just got to make sure. Activate. So this thing does hay as well, but also we need a little bit of straw in there. As you can see, 1,000 grass, 50 litres of straw to get hay. We don't want hay at the minute. We just want to activate the silage. So this is going to run through. And yeah, this might be a little one of mine that I might have tweaked a little bit, and it holds a stupid amount because, well, the size of the fields, we're going to need it, and it goes through at quite a pace as well. So we can leave that there. Let's go and take this back. I'm going to back in. I'm going to hook up to my trusty plow. And I'm going to set it in the ground about here and get started. Now, don't go too close to the edge. We don't want to go right on the edge, and it hasn't got to be the neat. The good thing about this is this place is a bit more rustic. Everything's like not perfect, not bang on. You can go and tidy it up. It's whatever suits you. But I'm just going to go through here. Make sure you do activate allow create fields. If you get a plow, especially on this map, and you drop it down, you think, oh, hang on a minute, this isn't working for me. Why? You got to remember, this map has got no fields. So you are literally you've got to make your own fields. So you need to press the button to tell the plow, allow create fields. Pretty simple. Y on the keyboard. When you drop it down, you'll soon see anyway, because if you haven't got it on, it won't do anything. It just stops. And also, that's what I was on about. That's the beauty. And just in case you are spotting, well, Craigyboy, hang on a minute. That plow seems to be the wrong way around. Yep, exactly. It is the wrong way around. The reason for that is this plow works both ways. And the beauty with that, there's no drag this way. So if you've got a very underpowered tractor, I mean this is well over 500 horses. If you've got an underpowered tractor, you could still get away with this plow on a smaller tractor, because putting it this way, there's no drag. If I spun it round, you would see it pulling on the tractor. Just a little, I'm full of tips today. Just another little tip for you there. Give it a try. Works wonders. So that's the outline all done and dusted then. That's not a bad size field, I think. And I think we're going to keep that as just one field for now. Because like I said, we have got more that we can play with. We've got a lot more around. So that's a good start, that is. Now this lizard plow is definitely my go-to plow. I do love this thing. There's so many different plows out there. I don't get on with the straight ones that you have to keep flipping over and they're on a slight angle. I just can't seem to do it neat enough. This, because it's just like a flat plow, just straight across, it's perfect for them delicate areas. Now granted, I didn't do that too delicate. I don't need to. It's rustic. We don't need to do that. But if you need to fine tune, this is the one. Lizard plow, you can get it in 6 meters or 9 meters, and 9 meters is what I have here. But I do have this. This baby is a beast. Yes, it's all folded up. 22 meters of plowing goodness. Let's see that in action. 22 meters spread out in all its glory. Oh yes, this is a mighty plow. Now you're probably thinking, well, Craigyboy, why didn't you just use this at the start? Surely get the job done quicker. Well, this one you can't reverse, so you have got to do it the right way. So you do need to make sure you've got some tractor with some horses, because as you can see now, you can see it's kicking it all up. It is going the right way. That's the only thing you don't get on the other one, unless you do turn that the right way. 500 horses in this thing were just slightly over. No problem at all. Slap a weight on the front of it, you will be good. Now this, yeah, you might be okay to do this when you've got the field sort of laid out. But when you press that button, when you press Y and you turn it into allow create fields, I mean, look at this thing swinging about. It's rocking and everything. Do you really sort of trust yourself to be able to go and decorate or outline a field with allow create field on, without slightly going a bit off course and then chewing up your path or something? I don't trust myself. It's too dangerous. It's just too wild to try and do. For something like this in the middle where it's safe, I've got a boundary, got an outline, I'm okay. Not a problem at all. But delicate bits starting an outline, nah. We'll stick with something a bit smaller that's a bit more manageable. Big weapons are tricky to handle. So that's my first field all ploughed and ready for planting. Now we might need to do some little treatments on this just to make sure. I don't think it's going to have anything on it. First thing we need to do though is make sure we press the button to turn allow create fields off. We need to fold this bad boy in, which is a struggle for itself, as you can see, because I might have dropped it down a little bit too quick just there in front, and I might have nicked a little bit of the neighbor's field. But not to worry, I'm sure we will own that very soon. I'm sure we'll own quite a few of these blocks very soon, because we've got a lot of fields we want to make. So now we've just got to go part this back. We'll see as well if the silage has been done. That might have been done by now, because I did speed it up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Excuse me a second. Yep, nothing to see here. Yep, this is the slight issue when you have small gate and a big weapon. You didn't see that. So I've just gone and sorted this field out as well off camera, and I found a solution to having a big weapon trying to get into the yard. You just take the gate out. So the silage is coming along nicely then. If you just see at the bottom of the screen, we've still got 242,000 litres to process, but we are up to 62,000 litres of silage already. That's not bad going, that. So I'm hooked up to this thing and I'm ready to go, but there's a slight little issue. If we're going to have a look on the calendar, you can see we are right in the middle of the sort of harvest season at the minute. And August, you can see the blue line going down the middle. Well, if you look, the green is planting. That's what we can plant. Orange is what we can harvest. Well, we've got nothing to harvest. We've barely had a field not long ago. All we can put in the ground at the minute is canola. Now, do we want to put in canola? I was hoping for either wheat or barley, but as you can see, that's in the next month. So, here's the dilemma. Do we put canola in and run with it? Or do we go bed? And I'll see you in the morning and we'll come back and we'll go for wheat or barley. I think that's the option. It's a beautiful September morning then, 4 minutes past 9, 15 degrees. That's not bad at all. Now, the beauty with going bed so early is this thing should be done or nearly done. Let's have a look and see. Oh, look at that. We've literally caught it at the last 1,000 litres going through. Now, the ratio on this machine, 1,000 grass in, 2,000 silage out. So you can see all the grass we put in. We're over 500,000 silage. Now, obviously, the BGA won't hold that. If we're going to have a look, this little menu here tells us then that the BGA, you can see the silage at the top, it's missing material. It will only hold 180,000 litres. So I think the best thing to do is just fill a trailer up, take it over there, put in as much as we can, dump the trailer there and leave it there, come back and start doing some planting. So for this job then, there's only one vehicle we can call on, the big, trusty, beastie Phoenix with the red trailer on the back, the 3-in-1 trailer. Let's get it filled with silage. Let's head it to the BGA. So take 2 at filling this up then, you know, just ignore that the trailer might have changed a slight bit again. I saw a red one, I went for it and realised it wasn't the one that I had modded. This one is. I thought when it only held 59,000 litres, I'm like, yeah, hang on a minute, something's wrong here. it should hold all this. Yeah, this one does. This one holds 2 million litres. So we're going to fit all this in, no problem at all. And the speed that this thing unloads means it's done pretty quick. So let's get it over to the BGA. That's better. We haven't got to worry about any weight. It was struggling to pull. It was like tipping up the wagon and everything. Right, BGA. Let's get there. So the BGA is not going to be able to handle all that I can give her. 180,000 litres. So we're going to leave the unit in the trailer here and we're going to come back and keep topping it up. That's the reason why I swapped my trailer out for this big one. It just makes it a bit easier. So this is going to dump out at quite an alarming rate. Blink and you'll miss it. Oh, there you go. She's done already. So we are going to leave this then and we are going to activate it. And if you're kind of wondering what that noise is, it's this thing just in the corner. Maybe you missed the first episode. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Yep. The torch is blaring away. So let's go and activate this. Now, we don't need to activate it because it was already on. When I showed you the little red dot, I forgot it was already activated. So it's already started to process. And just look at that processing speed. Here's me thinking this is going to be a bit of a slow kind of burn. No. Look at that. It's flying through. I'm only on ×5, so it's not like I'm rushing through the day. This BGA is set at quite an alarming pace. Now also, don't forget as well, if you've got these activated when there's nothing in them, you are going to get charged if you go bed. Because I found that out. I got charged for this because it was running. And I forgot to disable it. Now, disabling it means you're not going to get the process charge. Just bear that one in mind. Now, we've got methane and digestate. As you can see, the methane is just... It's going up at an alarming rate. We're going to need to do something with that. But what? So the methane is full. We have run out and maxed out the space on the methane. Now, there's a good thing what we can do here. There's a mod that's just come out that lets you upgrade your production. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says upgrade, which gives you more space on products going in, also more space on outgoing products. But also it changes the cycle. So it speeds up the process. Everything just... It upgrades exactly what it says on the tin. Obviously, it costs you a little bit of money. So if we click it, you'll see upgrade biogas plant to level 2 for 27,500. Now you might be thinking that's a good price because the BGA was a good price in the first place. So the upgrade, but you can do that 6 times. Do I need to get this thing to go any faster? It's already maxed out 80,000 on methane, and the silage we put in is gone, nearly gone. But we've still got some here. But we're going to have to now go and source ourselves a methane tank. So if you were playing this map then and you were wondering, where do I find a tank? So if you go to your trailers, you head to miscellaneous and go all the way along. Now, I've obviously got a lot of different mods in here as well. So you might not have some of these. So don't worry if you're flicking through thinking, I haven't got any of these. Don't worry. You've got a little tanker there, which is part of a BGA methane pack that I've got. Only holds 2,000 litres. We will be here all day, going back and forth doing methane. If you keep going along a little bit, you'll see we've got normal lizard trailers here, but just keep going a little bit more and just a little bit more. And we can see this one here. This is the Western Wilds mod. This is a tanker which has methane capabilities in it. Now, you just go pick what color you want. I'm going to go for maybe a nice little blue, do you think, since it's a methane kind of color? Yeah, ooh, that's a bit bright. Let's go for that rim color. We're going to go for chrome and we're going to slap on the Craigyboy number plate on the back. We'll get that as well. And that's going to end up here right in front of us. Now, granted, I have got store deliveries. This is why it has ended up here right in front of me. It's a mod you can get. You just go and set the pattern on the floor wherever you want. And you do pay a slight delivery charge on that one. That's not a bother, is it? You know, 102 million in the bank. I think we can afford it. So if you're wondering then where you go and fill up methane from, it's just this tanker here next to the torch. You can see the little what looks like a fuel pump here. You just pull up next to that and you can press your button. And if we just put this on for you, you'll see it says start filling there. It's as simple as that. That's all you do. But if you're wondering where you sell it, I'll show you. Now, if we're going to have a look on the prices, then we can see if we go down to methane, it says there's 2 places on this map. Now, you might be able to put in your own sell points if you want to make it a bit more different for you, but 2 on the map that are already here. The gas station, which is right at the bottom, at the middle of the map, right at the bottom. So that's quite a trek if you want to go. Or the gold production. Yes, you heard right. You can do gold on this map. And if you're wondering where that is, just round the corner. So on your BGA then, you've got just through this little gate here, which is normally closed, you've got 2 little buildings here at the back. This first one is the gold production, and this is where you sell the methane. This one you can also buy as a lime station. Now you can buy both of these. If you want to do gold, you can go and click it, and for 30,000 you can buy the gold production. Now I'm assuming you don't need to buy it to sell methane here, so let's give it a go. So a full tank of methane then, 32,000 litres. Now this is great because normally if you start this map, you'll be starting it with very little money, if any, depending on what option you're playing on. Obviously I've got a little bit of money we bought over from Elm Creek. So this is great. Buy the BGA at about 20 grand, and you can see how it process. Get a bit of silage in there. Do this, methane, get a tanker. And it's just easy money. Let's sell this off then and see the money going up. Now, this is obviously a little bit of a slow. I'll come back to you before we get the full price. So what are we going to get then for the total figure? £115,000. So there's a bit of a thought for you. If you are starting off this map and you think, how can I make money quick? Cut some grass, turn it into silage, you can bale it, bring it over to the BGA, go purchase it for 20 odd grand. Get a methane tanker, dump it here, 115 grand. Now, I'm guessing if we go and have a look back on here, look, it's already processed more again that the methane has ran out. So we could literally go back again, and you could go back and we could get another 115 grand. It's definitely worth doing if you're starting out with no money. This is the perfect solution for you. So because we've got the money then, and because we can, I'm going to upgrade the BGA and I'm going to show you what it can do. So we're out of space at the minute. You see 80,000 for the methane, 180,000 for silage going in. Let's press upgrade for 27.5 grand and see what is level 2 going to give us. Now before I do that, actually, I'm going to just turn this off so nothing is going to start moving, because it was quick before. It's going to be even quicker. So level 2, buy it. What do we get now for this? Let's go and have a look and see. Down here, level 2. We've now got 360,000 litres that it will take in, and 160,000 litres of methane it will hold. Digestate will hold 12.8. I'm reading that right on it. 12.8 million litres. Wow. And as you can see, it's all doubled up. The cycles per month, the cost, it was £600 odd. We're now nearly at, well, 1,151. Everything's doubled up, and you can do that 6 times. So I've just dropped off the methane tanker, picked this up, and it's taken the rest of this. And as you can see already, the speed is alarming it's going through. It's just chewing through that silage, and we have nearly hit, we're going to, any second now, we're going to hit the limit again of the methane. Bear in mind, 115,000 per 32,000 litres in the trailer. And we've now hit the 160,000 litre limit. This is a great way to make money if you're starting off with a very low budget. Worth bearing in mind. So let's get back to the job in hand then before the BGA took over. The beauty with this planter, it's a fair size. Now it doesn't have fertilizer on it, but because these fields were grass and we kind of chewed it up a little bit, as you can see, we've already got 1 layer down. So we don't need to worry too much, and we can come by, and when it's on the first stage of germination, then we can come by and spray it again, and we will be good to go. Now we're going to put barley in this one. We're going to activate fast farm as well, and we're going to see if we can get some speed on this. But I think we are limited a little bit to what the planter will do. It's either doing 16 at the minute. So barley in this one, wheat in the other one. We'll get straw off it. We'll keep them all stored in the silo, and then if we do get animals down the line, perfect. We've got the straw, we've got barley for chickens, and we've got wheat as well. Also, wheat will go into any grain mill if we decide to do any flour. There's plenty of options. So we're just on the last little bit then of the barley field. time to get some wheat in the ground. So the wheat is going in then, it's pretty much done. The worker's just finishing off his final strip for us now. If we're going to have a quick look on the map, you'll see all in, barley, wheat, all looking good. Now we have utilized pretty much all that we can of our plots of land at the minute. The only bit we've got then is just down the edge, but that's right where the house is. So I don't think we want to touch anything on there. There's just not enough room. So this is the little plot then by the side of where the house is. This is the little bit of land that we've got, and you can see there's just not really going to be any room there. The house takes up a good chunk of it, and my custom built sort of little pond, I'm not sure, I might try and go around and turn it into a bit of a moat. Should we see if we can get it all the way around the house? But my first attempt at making a bit of a pond. That's not bad actually, it'll do. Got a bridge across there. So yeah, we're going to leave this little bit. As you can see the field above, what we just put the barley in, that's as far as the boundary comes. So coming along, the house is actually, thinking about it, yeah, it's slightly over. But not to worry, because I've got a plan. So I'm thinking, if we actually buy this plot of land, which is number 27, this is where we are now. So if we buy this, technically the house would be legal then. We're encroaching on that bit of land. Now, it's got a lot of trees on it, yeah, as you can see. But we don't need to worry about that. We could clear them. Now, I'll do this off camera because we are doing Silver Run, which is a lot of forestry work. So we're not going to do too much of that on here as well. So I'll do a lot of that off camera. But I'm thinking this little area here, next to the house, would be quite nice to maybe put some pastures in there. Get some chickens, some pigs, some horses, cows. We could literally go for the lot because we've got the money. So we might try and sort of make this a bit of a little animal farm here. And obviously we do get the field across the road as well. So all this little bit here, we do get across the road. So we go and put this on here. We can see we get all this here, all the way down to about here, about where that tree is there. So that's another good sized field. And obviously then we have got all this here. From this line here, all the way through the trees, right down to the little stream here. All this will be ours. So we could go through, I could get rid of the trees, you know, off camera, and we've got more field space. But I think animals right here, we could brick this in round here. I think that could be quite good. So, fields are done. BJ's just going off. Yard's looking good. I think that's a good place to call it a day here. Let them germinate. We'll put some fertilizer on it in the next episode, and we'll have a look about sorting out and designing a little animal enclosure. So, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit like if you are liking this series so far. Drop your comments below and let me know, do you think animals here is a good idea? Have a say on this map. Let me know what you want me to include or not include. And don't forget, hit subscribe and turn the bell on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.